Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I will show you two consecutive relay games that I played a few days ago, and we will talk about the tank, about how I play it and what I could have done better in these games. So let's just get to it. So off we go with the first game on Naval Frontier. Going to do the usual thing, go and try to get shots into the heavies, the enemy heavies crossing into A. And because I see the IS-7 is already going to that bush, which I'm not sure is the best of ideas for a top tier heavy tank like this, I'm going to make use of it by stopping further back. This is safer and gives me the same shots and also the opportunity to relocate easier. Now he spots the enemy heavies very late, so I can't get any shots onto them, and since there is nothing else to shoot, I'm going to relocate to what is probably the usual TD camping spot on this map. Well, I'm not a big fan of that spot, but if you look how my team is divided, it's overlooking pretty much all of them, well, except for the IS-7. But the only aggression that he can encounter is from the enemy T-54, who has not been spotted, so he's probably up above C, and the bottom tier medium is not going to give any troubles to those heavies. And since there's nothing really going on, I'm just going to put blind shots into the usual TD spots. And I get spotted, which means that at least one of them was in the bush. A body 183 and a 704 are there, so that's better chances of me actually hitting something. So I'm going to take another chance. Now, notice how I wait to be unspotted and a few seconds more to make sure that I become unspotted while stationary, and also hope that they don't blind shot me back. And watch this, 800 cruise kill max roll. That means that my 3 previous shots have been damaging as well, so both of those blind shots into the bush did damage. As you can see, 3.2k from the notification there, but only 2000 on the replay. That's good. And those are the two least useful tanks on the enemy team, but just feels good to punish those campers. And again I get spotted after taking that shot, and I will take this one from the bush because I'm expecting them to be pre-aiming me, and that was double bushing, so I was far enough behind the bush where the enemy tank was not visible at all, just the outline as I was aiming at it. And at that point the bush gives its maximum possible camouflage, which means that I'm perfectly safe. They would need to be very close to me in order to be able to spot me. Now I can put effective fire into the heavies if they poke on the Super Conqueror, but our heavy decides to do the job for them. And even though the battle looks close, the batchat is now going to get clapped by the 1A3, and our Emil there is in a very bad spot. So really this is a 3 versus 5, and even though the Grille can be played aggressively and I like to do that, you can't just push. You can take aggressive positions and punish the enemies, get side shots, but you can't really push into them. You have no armor and the gun is a bit finicky. We'll see it in a minute. Now I'll finish off this Conqueror because his turret is really tall, and this is what I was talking about. When I go after this T123, I can't get the gun down over the front, but I can if I turn my hull to the side. See there? The gun goes down. Now the S7 beat me to the shot, but I would have been able to pick up the kill otherwise. So now it's a 3 versus 3. 1A3 is, well, useless, so is the M103, so I'll just push on the crown. I can fall back and the Skoda has a shot, so if I don't get the kill here, I'm still safe, but I get the kill. And the 1A3 falls, and so does the M103. That's the end of this game. 4 kills, 6800 damage, and 1900 of that was blamed into those TDs. Now that's satisfying for some reason. So that's an ace tanker, and out of 12 shots, all 12 penetrated. That's what I wanna see. So the second game, this time on Alpenstart, the enemy have a very heavy setup, W100, Kranwagen, T125, no mediums. So they're going to play into the seaside very likely, and I intend to meet them there, because if I go on the flank, I'm very unlikely to get good shots. So just take a fairly aggressive position there. I could get pushed, but I have enough support where I can feel safe. And I did say that these two games are consecutive, and they are. But the previous one was the last game of my morning session, and this is the first game of my evening session. So they are consecutive, but they're not in one stay. They're just 2 games in a row on my account, and that I have played. So this game will be much sloppier than the other one. Right there you saw that I didn't poke onto the 263 because I was afraid of blocking the Farsh. Even though that wasn't the case, I should have gone in third person and seen that. And now the 100 is poking. Now that was unlucky. The 140 pulled forward and my shot got blocked by his machine gun, I think. Because even though it's just for design, it still blocks shots. It's a bit unfortunate that I saw him backing off, but he came back up. But still, compared to the last game where I hit every shot, now I missed a lot of them. Again, see, this is a relatively aggressive position. I can put shots into the 100 there, I can move forward and put shots into their other heavies. And I could get pushed if they just push onto the Farsh, then I'm next in line. But I have enough time to back off, so it's fairly safe. See, that was another bad shot. E100 backed into me and I saw him, but I still fired. It doesn't really matter because I'm reloading in time anyway. But still, that was a bad shot. Now, they do come and push the Farsh, but the 225 is alone, so I'm not afraid of him. That was a close call for that shot, but it goes in. And here we have another mistake. Now, I could have used adrenaline to actually get a shot, but more importantly, I shouldn't be poking like that in front of any 100. Luckily he was reloading, so I can just pick up the kill, but that could have gone badly. And now, the 405 paper tank doesn't use spawn liner, that's 1000 damage. Please use spawn liner in that tank. For the Conway I get it, it's not that paper, but Charioty and 405 you just have to. It's too good. And now this is a good trade here, even though it's 1 for 1, I get the kill, so it's worth. He could have HE'd me, but the Hori has bad HE at 640 alpha, I believe. And that adrenaline was perhaps overkill, but I wanted to be 100% sure that I get the kill. And you know, in a 2v1, even though he has a clip, he's slow, so we should be able to kill him. While in a 2v2 is dangerous because either of them could just kill me in 2 shots. And I'm pretty sure they could also kill the VK, even though he has armor, both of them have enough penetration to just go through. So I go around. Here I aim in third person to be able to shoot through the wall accurately. Now, unfortunately I hit the lower plate at a very steep angle, so it bounces. But still I play it fairly safe, and the Kran is acting confused. I think he's looking which way he's driving and he's not really paying attention to us and putting shots in. But essentially that's the game now, just kill the Kran. It was not as clean as the previous one, but the way it turned out I did more damage, even though I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't get punished for... well, the one big mistake was blocking in front of the 100 and I actually got rewarded for it. But yeah, was game, better result, 5 kills, 7350 damage, almost. and I played it more aggressively than in the other game, but it wasn't too aggressive. It was staying safe in a relatively forward position. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.